Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to Homo Ludens, the channel on history and board games. And I can see that Mandela is already under the attack of the cat. So that's really good. That's going to be probably the theme of the evening. But thanks for all of you for watching us. And we're here live tonight for a teach and play of Sankore from Osprey Games. And we are with the designers, Fabio and Mandela, and a very unexpected guest, someone that we rarely see on the show, Joe Klein himself. But we had to have Joe on the show. For those who don't know, Joe is the only backer of the Homo Ludens Discord server and channel overall that doesn't play war games. So for him, it's a good change to see that we're talking about history in games that are not about war, but and are using different types of mechanic. Joe is our local beige expert on the server and on the channel. So very excited to have you with us. If you don't know what is Sankore and what is the history behind it and why I think that it's a completely legitimate game for me to have on the show, well, I recommend that you go and watch after the stream or right now if you really have nothing else to do, but it's better if you stay. Go and watch the video that we published where Fabio, Mandela, and I discussed the process of historical research that they went through for designing the game, but also providing some context and talk about the game mechanics and how those mechanics are based on history and how they are representing it. But I think that's pretty much it. So you have that full context. If you're watching us, we're going to do a teach and play with the designer. So of course, if you have questions, please feel free to jump in, ask questions. So that's it's an open forum here, so don't worry about that. And I think that's pretty much it. We were going to do a rolling teach, so we won't give you all of the rules up front. If that's what you want, well, I recommend that you read this document. It's called the rule book. that's usually a good way. The idea is for us just to show how the game works and do all of those things, and you have a bit of a sense of how it plays. We probably won't finish the game, but as is usually the tradition, we'll finish the game off stream, maybe later, and we'll see and we'll provide inputs. Sorry, it's a private joke. We never finish the game of streams, but we always have this myth of don't worry, we'll finish later. But yeah. So you have full context. If you are wondering how we're going to play, we're going to be playing on Tabletop Simulator. And I'm not sure if there is an open module, if it's open or if it's just it was just for development purposes.
If it's not supposed to be, you might want to check. I believe it is.
That was the one we used for playtest, and some added link to the link. So
okay, quick, hide it.
So it's not on purpose, but it is available. So if you're wondering,
okay, yes, it's not there anymore. Good job, Fabio. I was just checking.
So it's not available. So yeah, but I would like also to thank Osprey Games for providing a review copy of the game. So thanks to them. Yeah, just to be clear, that's the only thing that they did. They didn't provide any money for this video, so Joe and I would be extremely rude to Fabio and Mandela about their game because we have absolutely no financial relationship with those three games. Great. And yes, we were a bit late. I'm sorry for that. So we'll be playing on TTS. I'm going to bring TTS on stream now. And I think what would be interesting for us to start before diving into the mechanics and the gameplay itself is maybe to have you tell us a bit about what is maybe the overall objective of the game. What are we trying to achieve here? I don't know which one of you, Fabio, Mandela, you want to go? Go ahead, Mandela.
Yeah, sure.
I see that you had the
I'll
face.
give you the setting first, which hopefully most people are somewhat familiar with. But the year is 1325. Mansa Musa, the emperor of the Mali Empire, has just returned from his journey to Hajj. He's on his way back, spending around 2 years on that journey, coming back with this immense wealth that the Mali Empire had, looks for a way to establish his legacy and pours that funding into the education through the university that already existed in Mali at the time in Timbuktu, which is the University of Timbuktu, or Sankore, which is where we set our focus. So you are an ulema, one of the masters of one of these schools, because that's how it's set out, and you will get access to some of these riches that are being put into the empire, and you will try your best to take students through the curriculum, build a curriculum to try and bring this prestige to the empire in different disciplines, and hopefully, impress Musa through that and leave this lasting legacy through those actions. So the core, what you're trying to achieve here, as well, the way that we reflect that is, for those that don't know, the Sankore library was one of the most impressive ones in the ancient world. They say second only in size to the Library of Alexandria. It's claimed that there were around 700,000 manuscripts at the peak of the library, actually. So this game, the manuscripts are very highly prized, and actually we're going to teach as we go. But one thing we want to set out very clearly before we get stuck into anything is explaining that library and how it interacts with the scoring, because throughout the game you'll be able to get these prestige indicated in different ways, and they will give you at the end hopefully some value, because unlike maybe many Euro games, this isn't one where you'll just pick up points as you go. Instead, you need to be quite conscious about what you're aiming for and manipulating the library so that you can achieve that. So you'll get these prestige through the game, and then at the very end of the game, we'll come and we'll have a look at the library. And I like that now I can see some hands frantically helping to try and set this up.
But through just the game, to give you a bit of an example.
No, I really appreciate this.
But in the meantime, there is actually a question, I think a critical question regarding the game. Someone is asking about your accent, Mandela, and where it's from. Because there was some supposition that it sounded Scottish. So maybe you want to...
Vital to understand. Yes. Indeed, I'm from Glasgow originally, so dampened by over a decade of living in South England, but maybe there's still remnants.
And we have another question from ID here asking if the game plays two-player. My first game of it personally was a two-player game, and it went really well. But then again, I don't know how big the difference is when it scales. I know that you have this element at the bottom of each of the... I have the word in French, but not in English.
It's regional
cues in the game,
for the different colors.
Depends on number of players.
But so there is this element that changes. But do you feel that there is a different dynamic between the different player counts?
It's a bit different, but the Mandela and I played a lot, so we've been playing heavily at 2 players. So don't worry about that. There is because of the high level of interaction in the game, in 4 players things are more dynamic, and you need to be careful about what everybody is doing. In 2 players, you just need to care about what your opponent is doing.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking is, I guess that the board state might change quite a bit more when you are at more players. So maybe it's less stressful in terms of planification. Whereas at 2, it really felt sometimes that it became really dually. Like someone is going to take this, and it's like, I'm going to pay back it. I'm going to take that, and it's like,
Yeah, it's not that bad, because in this game you open lots of opportunities for other players. So if the game change a lot between turns, it's always a good change. So things becomes more powerful.
It tends to be that you have your turn planned, and then somebody does something, you think, oh, they've just made a better turn for me at the higher player counts, and then you have to kind of decide whether you should jump ship on that.
So do you want to talk about this library and maybe the victory point system, so people understand what we're aiming for while we play?
Exactly. So you'll have, like I say, these prestige, which will come in various forms, and at the end of the game, you will see how much each of these stars is going to be worth for you, that indicate sort of notable breakthroughs in that particular discipline. So you'll look at the library and you'll see there's books that match the different prestige types, because they're the 4 different disciplines we're acting in. And you see which book has the majority on each shelf. So in this case, looking at the top shelf here, you can see that both the mathematics, this teal color, and astronomy are tied with 2 books each. Okay. In the case of a tie, you see which discipline reached the tied number first. So the tied number here is 2, and we can see that maths managed to reach that number first with 2 books, so they would win that shelf essentially. And what that means is each of their stars are worth 2 points, and then the second place adds 1 point in value to that type of star. So now we have astronomy worth 1, and you go continuing down the shelves the 3 shelves doing that same process. So in this case, on the next shelf, we can see that law is going to be worth 2 points.
Yeah.
And maths is here in second place, so it's added another value to its prestige tokens. So at the end, we can see, because that's the last maths book shown here, that maths would be worth 3 points in total. So each star that you have in that discipline is going to be worth 3. So this is obviously a very interactive element of the game, and something that, you know, viewers, I know we're kind of just showing the game off a little bit, but I'll give them a tip now, which is pay attention to the library. Okay,
Yes,
people often
That's the main
underestimate it
thing.
on
So
their
this
first
is the
play.
main board. This is the
Yeah.
sideboard.
Yeah, this is just
Well, you
so
made the
this is
game
just
too
a-
big. It's right there.
yeah, this is just the side mechanic. This is
Yes.
an abstracted stuff that happens, but mostly what we're going to be focusing here. But yeah, and
Because-
this is I don't know if have you played any games in the PAX series, like no PAX Porfiriana, PAX Pamir, stuff like this.
I know them,
Because-
but I haven't played it.
Yeah, because I for me it felt not really mechanically, but by some aspects, like the fact that you're going to have shifting values of different types of victory points, especially in Pax Pamir, like it in Pax Porfiriana, it reminded me of this, and that's something that I enjoyed a lot when I saw this in the design. I was like, oh, it's not just a point salad. I'm actually
No,
It reminds
thinking
me
about of what I have and how much I want to value it, and have the trade-off between getting the thing and making sure that it has value. And I really enjoyed that mental puzzle. I think it was really cool.
It reminds me of Modern Art, you know, in the Knizia game, where
Yeah,
you know,
played that one.
it carries on 4 rounds, and it's free here, free shelves, and sometimes you go heavy in orange books because they win the first round, maybe, and then they don't win anymore. Or maybe I assume.
Oh,
that's
but this is
different.
going to be this. So the 3 shelves are going to serve for all of the rounds for everything that you have at the end of the game. So it's not 1 round, 1 turn.
Yes. Okay. That makes
So
sense.
yeah.
And because you can add to any shelf when you do add them, you're
Yeah.
kind of simultaneously considering those different.
Yes, all of them at once.
fronts
Yeah.
and what's
It's like
worth.
3 area majorities at once. Okay, I get it.
Yes,
Interesting.
exactly. Okay, so with that kind of
Yeah,
established,
so basically the main thing to think about is that books are a resource that is important to spend. You don't want to hold them. And it's important to spend it at the right time. So every time you spend a book, it must go in the library. So everything that costs a book will affect the things.
The value of the victory points.
And sometimes you don't know how to spend that book to improve your value, because you cannot just donate the books. You need to spend them in an action that costs 1 book. Of the time.
so since
Okay.
you are obviously of a history focus, you can maybe pick up why we've done that to try and stress the importance of the manuscripts and particularly committing them then to this shared library, so they are available knowledge that's there, because people also kept personal libraries, which you will also do during the game. You'll have a wee personal library. Okay, so let's get going.
Let's jump into it. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so basically, as a quick overview, each player is one of these scholars that were hired by Mansa Musa to improve the prestige of the university. So we are trying to, each one is running one of the schools, so we are trying to enroll students, teach them classes, make them progress through their career, and then graduate them, gaining prestige in the process. So every tour will be doing 2 actions, which will be among the 5 possible ones, which are enrolling a student, establishing a class, teaching a class, graduating a student, and then we can also exchange favors. When we need something, we can ask for the favor. So every tour will do 2 different from these 5. One of them will be most likely teaching a class, which is the core action, but everything else is still needed.
Yeah, and I guess we can explain. So that's probably the most involved action of the game,
Yes,
but we can
then
explain as we do it. Yeah. But I think this player aid that you have in the box is really practical. The one that you see here, it's just a card, and I feel like you have
just says,
most of the game in it. It's really cool.
Okay. So maybe you could start, Fred.
Yeah, sure. Happy to.
Basically, the first thing we do in the setup basically is pick one of these starting classes. So every player starts with a different class.
So I'm going to look at my secret objectives, because I feel like it's a good way for me to give me a bit of focus of what I want to do to start with. because the number of decisions is so large that it helps me to think about something I want to do
Yes,
specifically,
that's
just to
the-
drive my.
So yeah, you could probably start with an astronomy class because you have a couple of astronomy
Yeah,
cards.
and I
too.
think this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put this here aside. You're not supposed to do this mechanically, but it's just for me. So that's the objective that I'm going to look into. Do not look at it. How dare you? It's like, don't put your hand over my secret objective. And I'm going to take an astronomy class. I have to take the one at the bottom.
Yes,
That's right.
You take everything. You take the class, the meeple,
Yeah.
and the book.
So
That's
I'm
like your
gonna
starting
place-
resource. Is in a
Yes,
way.
you start
Exactly.
with,
place it
you
in the
start with
middle.
something different. So the book.
I
and
start with a
so
low book.
the student goes in the basic.
Basic of his
astronomy class, and the
astronomy.
book goes on your private library. You
Very
have limited space for your resources, so you start already with one sword, two gold, and then one book and one.
I'm seeing an
inspiration.
allegory here for my limited space of board games in my house. It's a good metaphor. I could
Yeah,
learn
exactly. I think that could be a mechanic where for a game about hoarding board games.
Oh no!
Like, this is what you have, but sometimes you can put some on top of the shelf. Like you can have an extra
Okay.
storage here. Okay,
So
so I
then
would take an action.
We keep going in clockwise. So everybody
yeah,
pick
sure.
one.
So Fabio could take
So
next.
you also took the class. So then I was going to take astronomy, but in that case I will probably take this one. That's probably
Okay, good. Not maths. So I'm going to grab maths and everything that comes with it.
Excellent
okay.
title, Alistair.
So this
I
goes
think that's-
here. This goes here. Now I can rearrange my classes here to make it.
Oops.
Okay, so then that leaves you, Joe, with
The law ones.
law. Yep, and you can put them into different places if you want, and actually maybe just starting. There's reason to put everything in different places, but
Yeah, you probably
with, you
want
might
to put
find
this
it
in the
preferable
middle.
to
Just
have
keeps it
it.
more central.
Yeah, it gives you more options early.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you don't really know what you're doing, locked in strategy already, then it's better to have that flexibility.
I just want to highlight
Okay.
something is that Fabiano was cheating. He was placing his low book in astronomy, and
Okay,
I
there
think we
we
need to
go.
keep.
Oh,
I
yes.
think
Keep an
we,
eye on that.
I think we need to keep an eye on him. So I'm warning the chat, but I'm also warning the players. I think that Fabio is playing dirty. Just
Of course. That's part of the experience. Okay. So now you start. So your first action, you can enroll a student, pretty much, or teach a class.
I think I will start by teaching a class, so we can get
Okay.
straight into it.
So one
unless you
thing
think,
that let's
unless you
explain
advise
how
something
teaching-
else, what
let's
would
let's
you?
see how the teaching the class work. Basically, and this works for all classes. So the first thing you do, you put your student in the class, and then you gain a bonus if your student matches the class, which
Which is the
bottom
case.
level is obviously true, but in the future might not be true. So if you match your class, then you get the bonus, which in this case is just one step on the favor track. So you advance there. This will let you ask for favors to Mansa Musa later in the game.
Great.
And then you look at your knowledge. So you are teaching an astronomy class, and you have no previous knowledge because you haven't done any astronomy so far. But you also have some shared knowledge, which is the one from the astronomy area, which is the top area of the board.
And the more students get enrolled, the more we have shared knowledge.
So the more students get enrolled, the more knowledge we have from that area. So something you might do before teaching a class is getting a student from there, which will increase the knowledge before you teach the class.
Okay.
Unless you want to do one step, which doesn't matter in that case.
So I activated the student.
Okay, so now your knowledge is 1. So you can, in the astronomy case, what we're doing is we are traveling the desert. We are carrying gold and then buying salt, correspondingly. So your camel starts from Timbuktu, and is the red one, and you can move one step because that's your knowledge. It's one. If you had more knowledge, you could move farther away.
I'm going to move here.
Where you stop, then you can pay 1 gold to gain
this is
salt.
2 salts, and that's what I'm going to do.
Gold was very easy to get in Mali, but the salt was more important because it was needed to preserve food, and salt was coming from the salt mines in the Sahara region. And in order to travel in the desert, you need some astronomy knowledge because caravans travel at night and they use the stars to guide them. And so the more knowledge of astronomy you have, the farther you can move with your...
And quite importantly for people watching us, we have a limited pool of resources that we can have. So now I have 3 salts. I can only have 1 more. I won't be able to have more. And is this enforced at any time, or is it only at the end of
your turn?
Okay. So you might spend the salt you gain that turn, but you cannot say more than 4. So once you do that, you place 1 tent, in this case, in the slot where you arrived. So
I'm going to place 1
So every action works like this, regardless of which discipline we are teaching. Basically,
so that
you
means
look at
that
the knowledge, then you place a piece in that area, depending on how much knowledge you have. And by placing the piece, you kind of increase your knowledge for future action, because now you have a plus 1.
So if I take an action in the future, I will have 1 more than what is here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Great. So that was your first action. Now you have a second action.
So now
so this one at the end, this one is promoted, so you can follow the 2
move on one of those 2, and he will move here because
continue with their studies.
Yeah.
Now, okay, and so you have this. Now you have a second action.
So I think that for my second action, I will enroll a student.
Yes, you can just prepare yourself for the next.
And the thing that I want to focus on is, so I have those spaces here that are tiles that are activated, skills that are activated when I take a future class in astronomy. And where do I get some of those skill tiles?
In the low action.
In the low action.
So you want one of
these.
Yeah,
you can take it from here.
I'm going to enroll that student. So I have to enroll the one that is the rightmost on the track.
That's correct.
I will enroll the student and I will place him on the matching starting class.
Yep, that's what they signed up for. That's it.
And that's it. That was my second action. Oh, wait a minute. That's not it. I could play any bonus action. I could. But do I want to do that? I have no purpose for it.
Well, I will tell you when it's time to do that.
Yes. But that was my round. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then it's over.
So that's my turn next. So I have already a theology student who might do a theology class. And I would have enrolled that student, but you did it with me, so that's fine. And I will instead, as a first action, yes, I will teach my theology class. So theology, we are sending our students to one of the cities in the empire, in the theology area here. Down, I'm pointing at the map.
Yep.
And basically, the student will copy a manuscript from a mosque. So basically, we'll gain a book from where we go.
So it's representing them coming in and copying.
The knowledge in this case is 2, so I can place one of my mosque pieces, which this one.
And just I want to say,
which has a requirement up to
Fabio, because you just say like this, like the knowledge level is 2. But you can also thank me for that, because you're just acting like as if it was just something that happened out of the blue.
It for myself, but you took it.
Yeah. So I mean, just a bit of a bit of recognition. Like I knew that you were going to go for it. I did it for you. I feel like it's
he'll copy the manuscript.
No, I could have taken this to make it even stronger, but I already have a student in theology.
Yeah, so that should be fine. You couldn't place the student actually. Yeah, they couldn't be placed because they have no open spot.
I need to do the action first, so I can either go here and take a theology class, which doesn't look that bad, or I could take a math class here and eventually point at the book. Let's go for the theology since I started with that. Okay, so I put my mosque here on the spot that costs 2 knowledge. I take the book and I pay the cost, which is 1 salt, as indicated on the board here.
Mm.
So that's my first action. As my second action, I will, and this one advances here, of course, and it will go
Yeah.
to
Oh, and you should have advanced also the
Yes,
favor
yes,
token. Yeah.
So now, as my second action, I will enroll a student, and this time I'm thinking of an astronomy student. Maybe I should go there. So I take this and put it in my
Okay.
You're trying to
class,
compete
which
against
is-
my school.
Well, no,
Okay.
it's the more we do something, the better for everyone.
Yeah, we'll see
So
about that.
it's over to me. So I'm going to take this theology student. Theology seems to be really in so far. And then, so that's my first action. And then immediately I'm going to teach the student. So I bump them up there. I
You
get
broke
my
the script.
step on this.
You were supposed to do a math action.
I was supposed to do a maths action, wasn't I? We're gonna have to wait to see them. Sorry,
Yes.
once I'm playing now, I'm playing seriously. I'm
Yeah,
absolutely
he's not
not
here to
now.
teach. There is no
I can't-
script anymore
yeah.
for you. There is only
Well, now I
winning.
know
This is
we're
what there
probably
is.
not going to finish the game, so you won't get to see me lose embarrassingly at the end. I can I can go for it, right? So
Okay.
that's bumped the knowledge up to 3 when I enrolled it, so I can go higher. So I do the action. I've already taken the matching bonus, so I'm going to go anywhere up to a knowledge of 3, which I'm not going to use all of the knowledge required. I'm going to take this maths book here
to get
because
the math
obviously
book.
I have something of an interest in maths. So I'm going to drop that down there and place my mosque piece to show that went out there. I need to pay the stipend for the student for the time out there, so I spend the salt. I'll just pop that there as a sort of general supply, and then my students finish their study. They're going to go on. They're going to dive up here to the next level and maybe do a bit of maths in the future, diversify their curriculum, and that's me. Yep.
I was going to ask, historically, is there ever any evidence of a student maybe accidentally spending too much of their time in the pub and maybe flunking their degree and having to switch degree? Or
It was the Islamic,
It's
it was
a
the Islamic
special
world,
experience.
so
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not sure
it's,
that there was that much alcohol normally. I don't know.
Yes, I don't think that would have been too
Appropriate.
highly
I'm just asking for a friend. That wasn't
Yes.
me.
Yeah. You can
Okay,
just be reliving your own personal experiences through this game, Joe.
No, my mum's watching. I wouldn't say no, that's not true. So I will enroll a student from this maths area. There isn't.
Yes.
That's the
law
law
is-
area,
Sorry,
yeah, but that's a
this
math
math student from
Yep.
the law area. My bad.
Yep.
And
First
he just
mistake,
goes into
Drew.
this student area.
First
Yes, I was going to say it's
mistake.
difficult with all these colours, isn't it? Them being 4 colours for the disciplines and 4 player colours, but I'll wrap my head around it. So that's my first action, and then second action would be to teach. Is it teach to move the
Yes.
student up? Is that
Yeah,
the teach
exactly
action?
that.
So
First,
to
you
go
do
here,
what's on the tile. Yeah.
so that moves my favor up, and you only do this. This symbol here is indicating that you have to have this
if the
student
student
be the same
matches the
colour.
color.
Exactly,
Yes.
which on the first level they're always going to do.
Always will
But
be.
yeah, in the future that might not be the case.
And then this student just moves here.
you
Once
do
you've
your
done the
action,
actual
so you look
No,
at
you
your-
need to do the action first.
I also
So
do
your
the law
knowledge is
Okay.
2, so you
So-
can place one of your crowns on slots here that cost.
So it's
up
similar
2.
to the theology on this side.
Yeah,
But what
So
you
you have-
gain here is a skill tile matching the spot where you place, which will be triggered every time you teach a class, an advanced class, in the discipline matching the area from which you are getting your tile.
so
if you
when you
take,
see this icon that's the sort of cog running like
Yes.
you have on that advanced class, then you'll get the bonus from all of those tiles.
Saying like
that are in
income
that.
for example, if you take
Exactly.
it one of these 2, whenever you do an advanced low class, you will get that bonus again.
And
So,
so,
for example, getting the gold here is not bad because
yes,
you gain
and
a gold
so
every time you teach a low class.
and within the law area here, there's like 4 sections as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
which is
'cause
showing
that
where it's
will,
going to go.
Okay, understood.
So the law action kind of is transversal, so it helps you with all these rules.
Yes. Did you point to this one? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's
not bad at all.
probably good because you already have
this token,
yeah,
and
this
it will
goes
come
here.
into your law area like that.
And so
It costs 1 gold,
1 gold, yeah.
but it's paying for itself because next time you do an action there, you get the gold
Yeah.
back.
So just to be clear
And,
for everyone, this is the cost here that you have. So on the red banner, and this is the level of knowledge that you need to have to do a specific action. And what's underneath is actually what you're going to get. So just for people to understand.
exactly.
So he had a
Yes,
value
that
of
tells you
2, the
what's a
knowledge was
dragon,
possible.
so-
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
formalized across all the disciplines. So you'll always see the wee red banner on the left side depicting
It's always the
Yeah.
cost.
Okay, we're back
and
to
then
Fred.
this one advances.
Oh,
so
yes.
you get promoted. So next
Cool.
time you use this student, you get this extra gold.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
so
back
I'm
to you.
gonna enroll a student. I'm gonna enroll that theology student
Yes.
here,
Great.
and then I'm going to teach a class. And I'm going to teach an astronomy class.
This one, okay.
So in that
Something
case,
happens here now. Because it matches, you gain a book.
so yeah, so I'm gonna get a book.
You can choose what color you
That can
want.
be your choice.
Actually, I think I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna teach that class instead.
Okay, yeah. So
You
that's
want to
going to give you
first
the bump here.
Yep. Great. So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. So that's what it does because it's matching. And then I'm going to take one of those action, and it's the same. We have a knowledge of 2, and I have 1 gold. So I'm going to bring this, and I'm going to bring that small crown.
Mhm.
And I'm going to figure out where do I want to go with 2. I know I want to go in. Oh, well, I know where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to
Yep.
pay 1 gold. And I'm going to take that gold file and place it here in my astrology course.
Yep, makes
and
sense.
then he goes up.
Yep.
Okay, you
And
did 2 actions.
I'm done. And I did my 2 actions.
Yep, and rolled.
Okay, so let's see. I could do this astronomy class. So
And if you're watching and you have questions about what we're doing, if we go a bit fast, or if you're wondering what's happening, ask questions, ask away.
That's right. And if you want to know why anything is there, there's rationale behind all of this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So actually, while Fabio's taking his turn, I'll just say, because it's a very common question, is, why are you placing a mosque? Fabio sort of answered that in this thing, but also just why are you doing any of these things when you're meant to be teaching a school within a university? Is that actually Sankore University was, and still to this day, because it's an extant university, it's still running, the students actually practice what they're studying. So, you really are going out and doing these hands-on things, which is why, when you are teaching classes in astronomy, for example, it is affecting trade, and you are going out across the desert and so on. So maybe not what we're so familiar with in universities, but that's what we're seeing here. Yep.
Speak for yourself. I was doing lots of studying.
You're always across the Sahara where you're doing your studies.
Yeah,
so Fabio, what did you do?
First action, I'm taking a student from here. Then with my second action, I'm doing an astronomy class. So I advance 1 more step here.
I don't want you to do astronomy classes.
Why? I'm going
you do
somewhere
realize
else.
that.
So I have knowledge 2, so I do 2 steps. So I'm going here. So different place. I'm not competing with you.
Oh yeah, so you're going in because as you can see, and maybe that's something that's going to be important for you to know, Joe, is that each of the types of classes have areas, and basically those tokens that you place are going to also become important.
Areas.
Yeah, when we have
majority scoring at some points when
I did
when we unlock one of those students.
Okay. What's the little number on the flags in these strongholds?
Yeah, so this is the tiebreakers for the majority. So
okay,
if,
I see.
The players have the same number of tents in an area, the one with the highest number is there.
So you want to get this fellow over here.
Action.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
go on. Sorry.
where are you, Fabio? So you've
I
done
went
doing an
here.
action with this?
I did
Yeah.
Run a student and then this
Okay,
one.
so your
ended up
student
to-
promotes, and then it's over to me. Okay, cool. Let's see some maths then. I would like to take a different student, but they are not available because people are not doing the things that I want them to do exactly to set me up, but I'll have to live with that. So I'm going to go here. So enroll the
Well, wait a
student. That's
minute.
my first
Just to be
action.
clear, Mandela, it's our fault that you're not playing really
It
well.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll-
Yeah. I just wanted to make that clear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at the game. It's all because of me.
that's basically it. So then that pushed me up one here, as we saw before with the matching. Now for maths, you're interacting with this, the madrasa itself. Sankore, I have 3 knowledge. I'm going to use all of my 3 knowledge. I'm going to be putting a wall down here, looking over there as the piece. Now the cost, as we said, is always on the left. In the case of maths, it is a manuscript. And whenever you spend a manuscript, you're actually contributing it to the library. So that's what Fabio was saying earlier. Sometimes you'll be looking for ways to do this. And that's very important. They're never going to go back to the supply, which is also very relevant. You know, when Fred was eyeing up taking a book, this is the supply and that is limited. So that can be quite important as well. If you see there's not many in the supply and so on, it could affect what's going to play out. So,
And so now, all of a sudden, any math victory point that we have will be valued 2 victory points now.
Wow.
currently, yes.
Yeah.
So
It
if
was
there's a
last
shock
round, but
ending,
yes.
immediate ending to the game,
Yes.
then math is looking good. Okay, so that's placed down there. Now, when you place one of these walls in maths, you look along the line that it is facing, and you get all of the gold that you can see. So gold really pours in. So I'm going to get 3 gold now, which I shall grab. Where is gold down here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll sort that out in a moment. And I will also be able to flip a tile that I'm looking at if there's an unflipped tile, which conveniently there is here, and I get the bonus showing on that side. So I flip this one and it will move me along the track again, which is very nice. We've not done any favors yet, but you'll see why those are useful in a moment. And I will explain the maths scoring now as to why it matters that this is now an Islam star that I'm looking at, a theology star, because at the end of the game, the player who has the most walls looking at any of those prestige tokens, stars, will gain them at the end.
Oh, okay.
So because I have a piece looking at it and nobody else does, I'm in line to pick this one up. And again, if
guess that
there's a tie, it'll be the highest value.
The value of the wall is going to be important. Yeah. Okay.
It's the tiebreaker.
And
Yeah.
during the
So-
game, more and more of these tiles will be added to the
Yes.
Sankore.
Yeah.
And when the 12th tile is added, the game ends.
Yep.
It's
So there you
called
see
One
how
Tap
the
Tonight.
game ends, and we'll
Yes.
start to see those being placed, I think, soon enough. So
Yes.
we
And
can cover that
Just
when
to know, like for now, we have 12 to place and we haven't placed any, so people might think it's going to go slow, but actually
No,
it
it's
goes
actually-
faster and faster, right? Like
Yes,
the number
my- My pro tip is that around here, I think, is it's normally around 7, 6,
that's
7 is when it
it's about
starts to
right.
suddenly ramp up. So people
Yeah.
think, oh god, this is a long game, and they don't realize that actually
that it's going to end really
things are about
fast.
to get fast. Yeah. So
Yeah.
another important thing to keep an eye on. Okay, so that's me done my 2 actions. I enrolled, I taught maths, and now it's back over to Joe.
As you can see, there are also these tiles in various places. These are like higher value classes. So once you start doing them, you could add them to tiles with images. Okay.
Okay, I'm going to.
So you have math student ready to go. You have a law student ready to go.
I was thinking about
More or less.
establishing an advanced class.
Okay, so we're going to see a new action. So
Just for the benefits of the viewers at home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
You
course.
know.
Yeah.
So which
So
one?
to-
Good question. Which ones can I choose, guys?
you can choose any of them. So you give up your book, which of course will always mean giving it to the library.
Math is
And then
coming.
You
So
can
be
take-
careful now, because you
Yeah,
have a
where
decision.
do you want to place it? Because
Because-
you can decide.
If you place it here, you secure that it's probably going to be 2 points, maybe, or making it strong. But if you place it here,
Yeah, it's so early to say.
yeah.
There is.
Leaving up
So-
in there.
For
Now it's
connect-
4
True
points.
is that because books end, even if you have a head start,
What
Yeah.
Fred's
books
trying
in a
to
row,
indicate is
then
the
they
smart
run
play is
out.
to place
And
it
then
here.
somebody puts 4 books something else, they're gonna do anything with that.
The key I find in these situations is never to listen to Fred.
Right, okay. In that case, Fred's saying don't place it here. Right. Okay, so you can
Depends
take
what you
any
want to
of
do.
the math classes.
Because you are going to buy a math class.
Yeah,
So,
so
you're
we'll
probably
put it
going to
here.
do
We'll put it
some
here,
math.
and then
So you
I
probably
will.
want math to actually gain
And
some
I can
points and not
choose
end up
any-
Yeah.
zero.
However, so Joe, you can choose anyone, but you will see they have an allowance of where they can go on
Yes.
the tile. So you see there, if we look at this bottom one, you can see it's got all of the pyramid filled in, all of your curriculum. So that one could be placed anywhere in your school. But as you go up,
So are
and
you
they tend
telling me
have
that I
better
don't have to
abilities,
place them at the bottom before I place them at the top?
but you won't be able to access
Yeah,
them.
you
Yeah,
won't
so
be able
you
to use
can
it
do it.
until,
It's maybe not
later.
terribly wise play.
Not
And
right
then
now.
you'll see
no.
ones like this, of which there's only one type of this class that can only go at the very top. It's got a really good ability. You could get that one now, but it's not going to help you for some time. So maybe
Yeah.
not a
I'm going
great
to take
idea.
this bottom one because it's going to produce me salt, and I already have something that produces me gold in the orange one.
Makes sense. So pop
So,
it wherever you want. And
funky
then
bit.
this, when that's taken, a new one just reveals from the top. So you always have these 2 options on those lower 2 levels of classes. Okay.
And then my second action will be to teach this math student.
Yep.
And now you can't because you run out of books.
Yeah, you have no book to donate. So we will explain another thing then.
You want to buy this once all your students are kind of.
So you have inspiration. You start with one of these. This is one of the more difficult things to come by, having a flash of inspiration, but you do have one awaiting you. So the student can have a bit of inspiration, and that can achieve one of 3 different things. So it can allow you to move a student anywhere into a different course in your study, so they can slide along basically to anything on their level. That's what that first icon's showing. The second one you can see allows you to promote a student, which is what you naturally do when they've finished a class, but you can do it without having to put them through class. They just pop up to the next level. A note on that, there needs to be a class there for them to actually pass. So you can, not a class that they go into, but
no,
for
so
example,
if you were here, you couldn't just go, oh, he's going up there.
Exactly. They can have inspiration and suddenly, be advanced in level, but there needs to actually be a curriculum there for them to. And the final thing you can do, which might be of interest to you now, is you can hand it in and take a book of your choosing. So they suddenly write a manuscript.
And Joe, just for you to know, this is an extra action, so a bonus action. So it means that you will still be able to do the action that you wanted to do. So
doing that. Not one of your 2 in the turn.
The great thing about board games is that you can experience things you can't do in real life, and having inspiration is
it's definitely something that is out of your reach, Joe.
Yes, exactly. My wildest fantasies is made true.
Okay, so now you have a maths book. It's great.
So
and then,
and then my favor goes up.
Yep, that's right.
Can't wait to find out what that does. Stay tuned, guys.
We'll get there. Yeah.
And then he goes into. Oh, I have to do the action, don't I? I have to do the math action.
Technology 3.
Oh,
so
much
knowledge. A wall on any of these walls up to
3.
Definitely. Probably the 2 here is not hard because here you won't get to flip anything. Here at least you get to 1.
Yeah. So then I get 2 gold.
That's right, 2 gold, and you will also then get to flip one of the 2 tiles.
Now, the color of these doesn't matter at this point.
Yes, it does matter. This would be a low star. This would be a strong star.
Yes, we'll flip this one then, and that gets my favor up again.
Yep.
So I'm up there.
And then you spend the book.
Yep, and then the book.
And where is it going?
That's important.
Oh, God,
no, that's a terrible idea. So basically, math will be worth 3 at the end of the game. Because you won't have enough book to
We'll see. We'll see. Okay.
This will be a good learning lesson for people at home.
Right.
Okay, so your students finish their class, they can move up in their studies. There's only one place they can go from there, which is over to the right. Yeah, you can see. Okay, and I think that's you done.
Yep, that's me.
Okay. Interesting. I'm going to teach an astrology class.
Yes, astronomy.
I'm going, because I'm using this, so I'm gonna get a gold because I have this,
Yes.
and I'm going to get a book. I'm going to get a book. I'm gonna get one of those low books that I've heard good things about, and then I'm gonna get the gold and add it here. And now my knowledge is 1 plus 2, 3. So that means that I can go from here to here because the cost is 3 here. So that's good.
Yes.
And what happens when I cross that line?
You get to place this tile in the Sankore. So this goes in the lower number from 1.
So it's going to be
But
just
you also
here.
get its benefit, which lets you activate one of your set of skills, which you have only one.
Only have one, so that means just I'm going to get another gold, but I'm not going to complain. That's nice.
Yep.
So that's this. Now that I'm here, I'm going to have to spend 1 gold that I got. So that's also nice. I'm going to get 2 salt for this. Is also a bit of a problem because I have too much salt.
Not too much. It's okay.
But we'll figure it out. And
what about the game, Fred?
Yeah, and I'm going to place a post here just to indicate that I'm so good at astronomy. So that's the class being taught. So I'm going to put this person here, and I'm going to reveal one of my objectives. And one of my objectives was to build a trading post with a number 3 or higher, which I just did, I believe. Yes. And what it gives me is after your action, you may pick one. So that's a bonus that I will have for the future.
Yes. So now every time you do a math class, you must spend spend 1 book to move a wall
somewhere else.
3 spaces higher, so something.
2 space. So after your action,
more in the same region. So for example, you can put the ball here and then move it here, so you get better area control,
better spots.
But also you get to place a book in the library, which is the trick here. So this costs a book, but this lets you place an extra book per turn.
And also, you now have an astronomy star.
Yes,
this printed star will
count. So now you know that astronomy is worth something to you. So
so you
want to put
Fred's the first person with any
victory
it's
points.
not worth anything at the moment, but
but I think that I'm still winning. In a way,
so now you have to get
so it's only at the end of my round. I might maybe I can spend it. Can I spend it? No, I cannot spend it.
No, you can't.
No, I won't be able to.
There are some of these cards that let you spend salt to do things, but you don't have it.
And so I could exchange a favor.
So what was did you didn't do a first action? You just
my first action was to teach the class, and my second action is
start getting another class. For example, you have a student here ready to go, and the book.
Yeah, I think I should get a new class. I'm going to get an astrology class. Oh no, I don't have.
Requires, you can get a low class or the theology class is probably not worth it. You don't have it here, but
no, I'm gonna get a low class. Yeah. So I'm gonna play that low book, and I'm gonna place it here, and I'm gonna take a low class.
So this is a +2. Every time you do a low action, there is a book. This they go at second level at least, so you won't be able to use them anytime soon.
I think I'm gonna.
That's very good. Now you have like lots of books.
Yeah, I want to have a lot of.
That's the one I wanted. I was going to get that class.
Good, but that was my second action, and now I have 1 too many salt, so I'm gonna give it away. And this is me done.
Okay. Now I have a salt. I have.
And actually, talking about that, Alistair, I'm gonna get my salty coffee just now.
So let's see. I can do something. We have a +2 here. 3, 6. But it's not worth it. Okay. So I'm doing a theology class.
Mhm.
So I just have a +2, but I don't need it because I'm not going that high. Because I need a theology book, so I'll get this one.
So maybe
Or
just to a thing that I was wondering, Fabio. So normally, I guess that astrology class you have to go from where your camel is, but can you always go back in?
you can
Timbuktu?
always start from Timbuktu or from where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do theology class. So my knowledge is 6, which is too much, but I only need 4 because I want this book.
And
This
something
cost
people
2 salt, and I put this here. Now, if I had some skill tiles, this would have let me run them again, but I don't have it. And with my second action, I will get an astronomy class. So I put this one here to buy one of these 2. Let's get the gold.
Okay, and then you class reveals there.
And this one ends up, let's see, here.
Okay. Yeah, there's lots of wanting to do one thing before you do the other thing, but then wanting to do that thing.
Yeah,
So,
I'm thinking about something that I want to do, and I keep thinking about all the things I need to do before I can do that.
Yeah,
It's,
and then I
yeah.
think I just don't want to miss the chance to get this, because people might notice it's actually going to get quite difficult to get an astronomy student, because this one's trapped at the back of the queue,
Right.
this one's
Yeah.
stuck in. So whilst this one's there, I just feel I should take it now before I regret it later, even though
Exactly
I don't.
what I wanted.
Exactly, because Joe had the same
Yeah.
idea. Okay, but I'm not going to teach that one. I'm going to teach this law student right here, because I need to think. I'm not doing the thing I want to do, because I want to do it even better in 2 turns time. So I'm going to go here. That's going to give me a nice wee bump along this track. Oh, there we go. I'm not taking Joe with me. That'd be too kind. And then in law, we've seen people do it already. I'm going to spend a gold because I'm just going to the lower level, even though it's 4 power at the moment. So I could be going to fancier ones, but I don't have any salt. So that's holding me back there. And the reason I'm going to law is I want to be able to actually get salt. So I'm going to go over here. That will give me the salt generating tile into the maths area, which is obviously something I've got lined up. So gold is spent. Tile is there. Student just needs to move on. So that student goes on to there. And that's both my actions, because I enrolled the astronomy student first.
Good.
What action? What class? Okay.
Okay.
So it's back to you, Joe.
Yep.
Right.
So if I wanted to bring him up.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so we're going to see a bit of advanced class action. Yeah.
So you get 1 gold
One
from
gold.
here,
Yeah.
then 1 gold and 1 salt from here.
So that's
Yeah,
the
from
first
the
thing
salt.
is runs that always when you teach an advanced class, you get anything from here. And then if the student is matching, which is the next thing, then you get
Yep.
those, because you can teach classes to different students.
Yes.
They can be in
At
different
some
classes.
point, you will like to, because as they go
Yeah.
up, there are fewer
Yes.
places.
Yeah.
Okay, now your knowledge is 4 + 1, 5. So you could go up to any one. And these 5 ones give you a book when you teach a class.
That seems like a good
For
idea.
to move students.
Books.
This also give you a token.
Okay.
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
get either a inspiration or a favor.
I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
Pay
So
the salt.
you pay 1 salt. You gain. Let's do first this. You get this
Sorry.
tile here, which
This
is
one, yes. And it
goes on the
into
math
here.
area.
In
So that
mathematics.
means when you teach a math class, you get a math book. Must be equal.
I see.
The higher level is.
I wonder why
one,
that's
which
going
is
to be
any
good.
book,
Hopefully.
but that's much higher.
And did you say? What did you
Then,
say?
because you took one of these 4, you place also this one here, and that gives you a favor. Now that's the missing thing we haven't told yet. So the favors are no, you don't get the step.
Oh,
Yeah, it
wait,
doesn't
Yes,
move like you get one
claim.
other favor.
can get one of the things you can choose up to where you are with your math.
Yeah. So
So you
here,
can get a student of your choice. You can
Yes,
get
that makes sense.
a book of your choice, or just a Sauter.
So it's
Yep,
worth
so-
flagging this student one as well, because that's particularly important. So this enroll a student is
Could be
not
from
like the
anywhere.
other one, because normally you have to take from the rightmost. However, with this one, you can take from anywhere in the queue. So,
and
like I
could you
said, it's
trigger?
difficult to get in astronomy. No, because when you take them, I mean, you can, but what will happen is
Everything
you'll
moves.
take them, and then all of these will slide down into place.
Okay.
And
yeah.
at that point, we'll check what's revealed.
And
we'll
when you
bonuses back
do
up from
this
that.
favor action, do you still stay
You
here?
stay
don't
where
go-
you are. You never
Yeah.
go
You
down
stay
on
there,
that
yeah.
track.
Okay.
Yeah, you only go up.
I'm supposed to be planning, but I'm not that good at planning. So I think
That's-
I'll.
Yeah, it's a book. It's always good, especially if you have none.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do a book, and I'm going to do a theology book.
Okay. Now, when you take a favor, you also take a favor, which is this tile here.
Which is a mechanic that we
this
haven't
is,
explained yet. Yeah.
This is taking room from your prestige. The
Okay.
more favor you ask for, the less prestige you can hold.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
This is like a loan almost in
yes,
most
kind of.
games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
it's like
you
if you
can
do
return
everything
a
off
favor.
Musa's back, then he's not going to think maybe as much of your achievements, really.
He wasn't
They're
such a
all-
cool guy after all, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Now,
that limits the number of
this
victory points
action
that you
you
can
just
store.
did, which is exchanging a favor, works both ways. You can use it to either gain something and then you get the favor token. We can also return the favor, in which case you just return the tile. You don't need to pay anything else, but it's one action that you're spending just to make room for things.
Makes sense to me.
So at the start of the game, it's good to get favors because you can kind of speed up.
Given your lack of
But,
any.
Yeah, on your victory
But
points. Yeah.
at some point, you might need to kind of make room. Okay, so you did the both actions.
So I think was that my?
No, you have to decide whether to go left or right.
Oh yes, true. We'll go over yonder.
Okay.
To the left.
That was your first action.
Yep, and then second action will be to take.
The student, yeah. Let's see.
Okay, so
student.
if you take
the
that one, you'll
students, you get
notice
another
underneath.
favor.
Another favor.
Yep.
Yeah, it never stops.
Yeah. He loves me.
Yeah, he really loves you. Yeah,
Back in
I'm
your
gonna
good
do
books.
yeah.
And tactically knowing we won't finish the game, so this won't put my prestige surely.
Yeah, so just take another favor.
Take another
I'll
book.
take another
yes.
favor, and I'll take another book, and I'll take a astronomy book.
Oh, there's only 2 more in the supply, I think, after that as well.
Yes. Astronomy is
Oh no,
good.
there's another one. What's this one doing under the bowl as well? Okay,
yeah.
there we go.
I just found some up my sleeve. What the hell?
Let's just put there so you see what's.
There are always more to unlock though from the board.
Yeah, this is critical because some books at some point run out, and then.
Yeah. Okay, over to
Feels
Fred.
good. Okay.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna I think I'm gonna enroll this math student because I have no one doing math in my university, and I feel offended by that. That's the first thing.
Rounded curriculum.
My second thing is I'm actually going to teach a class of theology. So that means that I'm going to go up one step here in my favor. And yes, thanks, Pierre-Marc, for the comments. Really appreciate it. We enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed a lot like doing the interview, so that was really good. Then I get to go somewhere. So here I will have up to 4. Up to 4, and let me check at what's tasty at 4. I think that
Yeah, so I take on the bottom rows.
yeah, I only have one that is 4. It's this one that's the last one.
Yeah, depends what book you want.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't really want a math book, if I'm being
Exactly.
honest.
So if you want a theology book, take a 3.
Yeah, I think I want the theology book, but I already have a theology book.
These because
Books
we didn't
are
see this
never
at the
enough.
start. These are all randomly set up at the start of the
Yes.
games,
Yeah.
and the same way with the student queues. So obviously they can affect quite a bit the strategy you're going for, depending on what's available in abundance and where it is.
I'm gonna go for an astronomy book. So I'm gonna take
Okay.
this one. Is this, and that's going to
Cost
cost
you
me
1 salt.
1 salt.
1 salt.
Up, back here, and those were my 2 actions.
Okay. So I'm probably going for an astronomy class. I wonder if I should get a student first. Any interesting students? Not really. Okay, so I do an astronomy class first. So this is my astronomy student here.
No skill
Because
tiles.
I don't have a skill tile, but I get the gold and the +1 knowledge. So this student operates at +1. So I have 1, 2, 4. With 4, I can do this 2 and 2, 4 steps. I go here. I spend the gold. I get the salt.
Bit of trading in the
And
desert.
I put the trading post here. And because I cross this line, I get to place this one, which also gives me a favor.
Mhm.
And I cannot ask for books, so I'll get an astronomy book. And this one ends up here. Now,
And you take your favorite tile along with it. I'll
I
just
take
slot
my
that down
favor, of
for you.
course.
Yeah.
And I also complete this, which says having 2 trading posts in the same region. So I put my second trading post in the same region. So I completed this. This counts as the astronomy favor, prestige. And now, whenever I do a low action, I can spend any resource instead of the one specified on the row. So I can pay gold, salt, or books for my class. So I'm more flexible with what to spend.
Okay.
That was my first action. With my second action, I spend the astronomy book which I got to get the card. Now, I have a +2. No,
now I'm winning.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, this.
Now I'm winning. This is what we're talking about.
Now you're winning with what, 2 points? Yeah.
Yes, I have
Okay.
2 points to all of you having nothing.
Right.
Actually, no, I'm tied with Fabio. He also has 2 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Fabio, you done?
I will have more. Yes.
Okay, good. Because I'm anticipating. I've just realized I can pull off the big play. I sacrificed doing something special last turn so I can set myself up well. Okay, so you're going to see a new bit of the game as well here, because I'm going to enroll this theology student first. Okay, just so it increases the power, even though I don't know that I'll need it, but I do want that theology student.
Oh, you're going to do an assisted class?
Exactly. So here we're going to see a supported class. Okay,
Yeah.
So there are particular spaces on the board which are restricted basically unless you're doing a supported class. Basically, the idea is that if you're in a class with other students, then you can learn better, other people to study with and so on. You still only teach the one student, but it's about having the other student present when you do that bit of the teaching. So I'm going to take this math student and now teach a class to them. So first, income from here, which gets me a salt, which is great for my next turn, but not for this one. I'm going to actually digress a bit because we've not talked about the fact that the economy, if people haven't noticed, is this circular economy. And there's a wee reminder here on the board to show that. And so that's why I'm actually really struggling for salt, because I've not done any astronomy. So the game sort of guides you to do these. If I want to get salt, I need to do astronomy, and that will allow me to turn gold into salt by going and trading. However, another little tip for people wanting to play well is it's good to find a way to break out of that cycle, which is what I'm trying to do a little bit by generating salt here, so I don't need to rely on doing astronomy to do so. Anyway, bit of a digression. So I've got the student there. I get my salt because I run my skills. I then have +2 power, is the bonus for this, +2 knowledge. I have 1 here, so that's got me at 3. And then I have 4 here, so I'm at 7 power, which, as you'll see, the higher numbers on these vertical walls. Okay, so these walls, the vertical ones, also require it to be a supported class. You can see it shows 2 students in the small icon there, and you'll see that space around other areas in the board. Each discipline has these supported, and they tend to be very powerful actions or places to go to. In the case of maths, it's very powerful because you're looking at so many things from it, and it's good for winning tiebreakers and so on. And it lets you put 2 books into the library. So we're going to spot a little problem here that I only have 1 book, but fortunately I did think ahead on this. I've got my inspiration, which I'm now going to have a flash of inspiration and write a maths book very quickly.
The books have to be different.
Yes, the books have to be different. So I've got my astronomy book waiting, because ideally I would just chuck maths books in there, because I think that's what I'm going to try and focus a wee bit more on. But I have to help out these astronomy folks. So there we go. I've got the books. I've got the means now, so I contribute both my books, and I was going to do my best to upset people. I'm very sad about seeing those extra astronomy books go in, by putting that there and then putting this maths in here, hoping to try and make sure the maths will be worth something. So then I place a wall, and we said knowledge of 7, so I can go all the way up to 7. I'm doing a supported one, so it could be here, could be here. I think it makes, that's quite nice actually, but it's looking at law. Since I'm going to hold out hope that maths is worth something, I want to look from this side so that I can flip this one and hopefully be in with a chance of winning it. So I flip that. The bonus is to move along this favor track, which is doing me quite nicely for when I need it, because I'm getting access to good favors now. I'm looking at that. It's going to get me 3 gold as well. I won't be able to hold all that gold over, but I will take up to my 6, because I know I'm not going to spend it all before. And that is important because I have 6 gold in the storage, so I unlock this objective card, which is now going to give me the ability to trade in inspiration for law prestige, which is why it's a shame I had to spend the inspiration, but I thought, nah, it's just worth it. But it does give me a math star. So, Fred, you're no longer soaring in the lead with your 2 points.
Well,
and it doesn't stop there. I'm placing down this one as well, because I taught a 5 plus a wall with 5 knowledge or higher that was required. So that is now down, and I've got a second.
So at this stage, you actually have 6 points.
Smashing it, absolutely smashing it. Yeah.
Oh, 7. No. Actually, wait a minute. 2, 3, 4. You have 8 points. Yeah.
And I've unlocked a discount when I place a second mosque in the same city, so that could come in handy, especially since, as I mentioned, I'm struggling for salt. So that was the plan.
Not looking good. Yeah.
Okay, this student now continues on with their studies, and that is my turn done.
It's a big turn.
But yeah, a bit more involved. I want to also talk through
I feel like that everything that's going to happen afterwards is going to feel disappointing, especially as it's Drew playing now.
I don't know. The plays will keep getting bigger now. Well, yeah, maybe after Joe's turn. We'll see.
I'm just going to leave if you're going to insult me, Fred. Okay, I'm going to take a lovely law student from upon this astronomy track and put him in here. And these my cards are hard to complete, I feel like. But
are you considered maybe, Joe, to try to play slightly better?
I tried to be good
because I think that might help. Like if you played better to actually resolve your objectives.
Fred forgets I know where he lives. I will come round.
For Joe sitting at a table of people who have actually played before as well.
I do the to do this, to put this guy here and do the teach. Do I need a book?
No.
Depends
on what you're teaching.
The book's just a cost for some of these things, essentially.
Yes, I don't believe so. So doing that is moves the favor up.
Yep, the favor track. So you're blue, aren't you? Yep.
And then I do the
your knowledge is 2 plus 5, 7. So you should get something. Now, for the 7 ones here, you need the 2 students for the top row.
But and you also actually need.
For example, this one let you remove a favor every time you activate the class. This one.
This will give you the inspiration as well from the token, which is pretty nice.
This let you move and get inspiration, so lots of good options.
If you're open to it, Joe, I'll give you a little bit of guidance as well, so we can see kind of one of the few remaining mechanisms in the game before.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so there is majority scoring, which was alluded to a couple of times. This is on the precipice of that happening for one of the things. So you might want to, you're already winning the majority here because it's
Here.
most pieces, and then
you're
the
also winning
tiebreaker. So if you go and nab one of the spots you are not currently in, then you can lock down that majority. And then this is your first action, isn't it?
No.
No, you got the student.
You enrolled first. But at least you'll be in a
big
good position
mistake.
if anybody does. Or you could, no, because if you took that, you could do the favor and then you could take the student and trigger it.
Yeah, but not,
So it's not
But
bad.
I will do it.
I mean, like nobody
Yeah,
has
on my turn.
low class
Yeah.
ready to go anywhere.
So what you're
So
telling
what-
me is it would have been better if I'd known the rules before playing. Okay.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
yeah.
And
Not
then you just played
risking
better.
the-
So going to what, that's a very nice one because it
Yeah,
gets you the
like,
book coming in and
play the
Don't
salt.
worry, I will give you
Pay the salt.
I will give you the thing afterwards.
so you get this one
Yeah,
and it's going to
and
go
that
into
goes to
theology there.
theology.
And now you get to place this tile, so it always goes to the lowest number showing, which is the
So
4 at the moment. And you
again,
get the bonus depicted, so you get an inspiration.
Yeah, it just
Oh, it's already
Oh,
there.
he's giving it to you, I think.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm going to take my turn as well. Not sure.
No, it's just-
Oh, thank you.
and clever.
And that's me, I think.
Yeah, the student
Okay.
just needs to
He needs
decide
to-
which study
Where
they're
to
going
go.
to next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
well, it depends, right? Because if you want to do more law,
Yeah, you would go
Yeah.
here if you know you want to do a supported class
Supported
for
math.
math.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't think you have enough
Well,
knowledge.
yeah,
for
he's
that.
got 2 books though as well now, so it's maybe not
Okay.
a bad, not a bad shot.
Okay, Fred,
Okay.
Do it.
show us something interesting.
What I will do is I expected to do I wanted to do an assisted low
Supported
but
class.
supported, but I
You
feel like
could.
now it's probably the
Okay,
best
yeah.
time to do it. So I'm gonna do this. I don't have any skills on the side, but
Are
I'm
you
gonna
getting
get
a book?
I get a book. The question is, what kind of book do I want to have? I think I want an astrology book. Astronomy.
Okay.
Astronomy. Sorry. I'm gonna get an astronomy book,
I always do.
and then I have 5 here, 6 in the low.
Mhm.
So let me check where I can get 6. That could be nice. And I think that
Here you get a favor. Here you get respiration.
yeah, the problem is I'm looking at those bonuses also. I'm not sure. I'm not that
Well,
interested in.
6 is the same for all 6s. So bonus is tied to
Uh,
number.
Well, actually, I think I'm going to take this instead.
Okay.
So this is going to go into 5. I'm going to get a favor.
Mhm.
And as a favor, I will take another book.
Take a book correspondence.
I'm going to take a book, and I'm going to take a low book.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Remember to take your favorite token as well. Actually, I'll give you one while I'm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that, and I need to pay my 1 salt for this.
yes.
Which is fine. And now that I've done this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enroll a student, and I'm going to enroll that low
You're
student.
going to trigger it. Okay, so we're going to see a scoring. So when a scoring is triggered, the person plays out the rest of their turn as normal. It was Fred's second action, so that's just finishing the turn anyway. And then you proceed to the scoring. So you take the star here and you put it in the corresponding discipline, the little spot here in the law area. It's always going to go to the spot in the law area regardless of which one's scoring. You'll see why later. And then in the case of the first scoring, it's about handing out the books, handing out the manuscripts. In the second scoring, the same thing will happen, but for stars. So let's see the manuscripts happening now. So we look at each of the 4 regions and see who has majority. So here, red and blue are tied. Red has the highest value, so they get the book from there. So Fred gets that, then Fred gets this one, and then over here, Joe's getting both of these ones because he's got majority here and wins the tie majority there, which is a shame for me because I really could have done with those books. Love those books. Okay, now just a note, if anything wasn't claimed, because obviously Fred just went in and took these things, but let's say he hadn't gone into this, one of these spots and it was there, and that would go over into this area at the top here. And this is why supported law actions are very good, because when you do a supported law action, go into the top spot, not only do you get a nice skill tile, but you actually scoop everything that's sitting here, which
Mm.
can be a whole pile of stars or books that have accumulated. So that one sits there. We've done the scoring, and then it just play continues. A wee note is the next spot on the track after the scoring. If someone enrolls this student, then they get a prestige Sankore tile, and they add it to the madrasa, which is another way. As we said, the game starts to speed up because tiles like that start to come in. I don't know where they are. I can't find them.
These.
Here
Yeah,
they are.
they're just here,
Exactly.
yeah.
Spot. So yeah, you would add that in, and anytime you add the tile, you always get the bonus. In that case, it's going to be a prestige.
Prestige. Okay.
Yeah, so quite nice, and tempts people into taking these things.
Okay, so I'm doing a math, taking a math student that comes with a favor, which I take. I didn't move much on the track, so I can get a book. So I'll get an astronomy.
How are you feeling?
Then I do my math action. So my knowledge is 5, which is plenty. So I will put my wall on the, let's see on this, on the 5 here, which gives me 3 golds. Which actually maybe I'll go here.
Oh, I didn't get my tile actually.
Yeah,
I'll go here. I get 2 gold and inspiration. But I get 2 gold.
Just lost my majority there, didn't I?
Okay. Then this one goes up here. That cost me a book, which will be, of course, an astronomy book, which I put here. Now, I forgot before, but I also have this one, which is having 2 mosques here, which I do. So I'm already at 2 astronomy. Oh, no, that's 2 mosques. Okay. So that was my second action, so I'm good.
Okay. Now this is and I'm just going to talk through, because if I could enroll this student and then teach, I could win the majority before the scoring happens, but I have no books. I could take a favor. I wouldn't be able to also enroll and teach, so I'm going to have to put that aside for now and focus on the plan A and not get distracted by plan B. So plan A is coming here. And gives me a bump on this track. And again, I could have done wonderful things if I'd started the turn on 2 salt, but alas. Okay, so I go there. Then with lots of power for 5 knowledge, so I can go lots of places, but I only have 1 salt to spend, so I'm going to be stuck in the lower ranks. I want to grab the maths book, maybe little surprise. I spend my salt, so away that goes, and then I'll place a wee mosque down there to show that that's where I went. Okay, everything's spent. Students done their bit. They go on to the next level of study, which is over here. And then I'm going to take a favor, my first favor in the game, because I'm doing everything else off my own back, not just begging to Musa like some people.
Right. I see what you're saying here.
I'm going to take this bonus, which will let me take any class I want. And notably, this does not cost a manuscript to do it. You'll notice there's no cost showing for that, because I want to save my book in this case. And I'm going to take... which one am I going to take? That one, getting a book, is yes. That's but getting the salt, given how I've been struggling for salt. I think I feel compelled to get that. Okay, because yes, I'm trying to get by with less salt. Although I'm going to do an astronomy. Don't mind me, guys. I'm gonna take that. Okay. Yep.
Okay, so I go.
Yep.
If I enroll this astronomy student,
I
just noticed the astronomy students tool tab says student instead of student.
Oh, who is that?
Yeah, he's not an English student, is he? So
Yes.
No, he's strudel. Astronomy strudel. So I will take that guy and that'll be my first action.
Yep, and remember, you get to place the Sankore tile with that one.
Of course.
So it's the
That's
special
this
one there, and the bonus is the prestige. Nice.
We're actually getting pretty close to the game being like over.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's-
actually
we could
faster
see
than
it speeding up already quite
Yeah.
a bit as well.
And then I will do. Okay, let me think. Okay. I'm going to teach this theology student
Mhm.
a thing, so that gets me a
Oh,
come a
we bump
favor,
along here. Yeah.
and then do the action,
Mhm.
and I have 4.
Yep, that's your first theology. Yeah, so you have nothing from your own
So
school's
bring in a
knowledge.
mosque over here,
Mhm.
and I can put it anywhere as long as I have. Oh, I just realized I don't have the salt.
Up to the
Oh, yeah,
4
if
knot. You
you-
have
if-
no salt.
yeah.
You can't.
Yes,
you have
I-
a sword.
that's a tragedy.
You can do that.
In
That's
which
your
case,
first action.
we'll bring him down. Sorry, and that's my second action. But
Enrolled
instead
already.
of doing that,
Yeah,
I will
you might
do
need to go
the.
get some salt. Okay, so you
Yeah.
still get the bump on the track,
still
so we
get the
don't need to go
favour.
back on
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's really plenty of sword.
And I have 3. Time to move the camel.
So,
So
you could start going toward one of these tiles.
yes, I'll come over yonder,
Uh-huh.
paying a gold.
Where did you get that student from?
That was my first
I
action.
took it from law.
Yeah, you should have
Yes.
picked it. Because you want to do that. Because you picked it
Yes.
from here. Then you
Yeah,
put the
makes
bridge
sense,
too.
though, I think.
Yes, I did. I got that first, and then I get 2 salt for that.
That's
Okay,
right. Yeah.
that's done. I'm done.
And you spend and you spend a
Yeah.
gold for it.
Spend the gold.
Okay.
Yes,
And
that
remember
is-
to place a trading post.
I'm gold rich, Fred. Nice.
Okay. Good.
Okay,
What
over to
can you
Fred.
do?
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah,
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to establish an advanced class.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna
That's a good
use
one.
this one.
Oh, these are running out.
I think that maybe the stacks got
Oh, I
mixed
see.
today. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
So that's and I need to spend a book for that.
Yes, important where to put it. Very important.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
No.
I was like,
Right-
the more I
right
go
place.
down, the more Fabio gets.
Yeah, well, I thought you were going for astronomy. You don't want to think it. Because
okay, so,
their mathematics has been synced. Like there's no way mathematically doing
so
something.
that's the thing. And then the second thing that I'm
Okay.
going to do is I'm going to teach the class. When I teach the class, I get 1 gold. And that means I'm going to have 2 plus 3, 5. And I think that 5 is good. I'm going to start back from here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
So you
do
called,
2
Guardian.
and 5.
Yes,
That
Yep,
means that I'm
steal
going to
tile from
place,
Joe. Yeah.
this.
that's very close to the
It wouldn't have
Okay.
any use for it. So
Yeah,
that's
you,
the
tr-
thing.
you can run one of these.
Yeah.
Only
So
all
you
these
get,
good.
a book.
And I'm going to
Or-
run, I'm going to take one of those math books because they are
Oh,
running
yes.
out.
Okay.
So that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing. And now I'm going to pay this 1 gold to get 2 salt, which I don't really need, but I actually need this other thing
It will
that I'm
be
doing.
useful, yes. And then
So I'm placing this here. And now I'm actually going to reveal this objective. I have 2 trading posts with the same number.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you place the first mosque in the city, I'm not sure that's going to happen anymore.
Yeah, if you do any of the big ones, so you get the big payout and the move.
Yeah, it's a nice sweet bonus on that. But either way,
Yeah.
having an astronomy star seems pretty good at this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's also why I wanted to
Okay.
do it.
Yeah.
Hey Tim.
Now for the big thing I've been waiting
I'm
for.
not
from
too
the
happy
start of the
about
game.
that astronomy situation. Yep.
So
I think it's great. I think it's,
my
it's
tool,
great.
my so what is this? I need that I might. Maybe I don't need it yet. Okay, my first action, I do a supported astronomy class.
Mhm.
The first thing I get to promote a
Oh, is
student.
it going to go to a city?
I'm considering going this up here. No, let's do this. First thing, I roll a theology student, which is here. And I put it here.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
I do the class. This let me promote a student, so I promote this one up here. So now it's ready to do something.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Good combo.
Then my movement is 2 plus 4, 6. So I can go here. This costs 3 gold,
yeah.
which I happen to have. And again, 1 star, which probably will be an astronomy star. At this
And you
point.
can choose whichever
probably.
star.
Yes.
Yeah.
I usually 1 star on my choice, and then I can put a wall.
So
Here.
for those who can't see, this is the special spot of Salkan and Zelia. Zela also have this option to put a wall anywhere you want, including the special spot.
Yes, there's one special. This one it doesn't win majorities, which at this point I might actually go and put it here.
Yeah, because if that scoring happens,
this book is more important because they run out.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's only one in the supply, isn't there?
Okay. So that was, and this goes here. And now,
so place
before
the
it's too late, I'm actually spending my inspiration to get the last book.
So mean, so mean.
So he has
it's the last one. I need a class here, so I need books.
Well, I have 2 of them, so I don't care that much. But I still think it's
yes, of course it will do.
So mark it, and also when you get to a port city, your caravan always returns back to Timbuktu.
Okay, that was my good tool.
Also, when you go to a city, it always goes back. Yeah, because that's the end point. Yeah,
she established an important new trade link. We need to bring back news to Timbuktu. Okay, so yeah, that's upsetting, but actually not. Well, it means that now I'm just helping you out, which is a common theme of this game, is that you're helping people out. Not specifically that you're helping Fabio out, although that's often the case.
Well, you need to get in the position to be helped.
So I enroll this student, which means there's going to be a
bad
scoring.
for me.
But remember, the scoring happens at the end of my turn.
Happens at the end. Yeah.
So that lets me obviously now teach this class. Gets me another bump here, which is nice for the future. I have my maths book ready. How risky do I want to be? Because I mean,
there are not many books. It's the last. I mean, there are very few.
Yeah.
It's hard to get. And there will be a downpour of like theology and law books.
And there's a couple still sitting in here. So I could play the very spicy one of starting to contend this shelf, or I could try to lock in the bottom one. Right. Everyone around the table will all agree to try and swing this one to.
I'm good at this.
I need to look at other people's libraries, and I can see actually that they're holding.
That's fine. That's fine with me.
Because the orange books will take over.
No, I'll give in to Fred's bullying and go there. Okay,
yes.
The peer pressure's done. Okay, then my actual action I'm placing down here.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can go all the way up. Why am I going so low? There's no reason to hold back. Let's go here, actually, to the top spot, because I've got lots of knowledge. And then it was just about which bonus I was looking at, because theology is probably not worth much. Maybe I go to 5. I look at but I want the bonus, I think. Oh, but a favor might be quite nice, actually. A favor could be very nice. Okay, I'll go in there. Flip that. Gain a favor. So take a favor tile, and the favor is going to be, because I've got lots of options now, I could take inspiration. I could just try and take this last book, lest anybody steals it from me. Although I am about to win one. I could take the favor and then think about it, the inspiration, and think about it later, but then someone's going to come along and okay, I'm gonna take the inspiration. Okay, we'll see. Okay, I'm not sure that was wise, but there we go. Okay, student moves up. That's me done both of my actions. So now we go to the scoring because my turn is done. So Math Star goes over to the corresponding area in loss. It's up here for somebody to take with a supported action. And now we're handing out these. I get this one with the majority of 2. I get this one with the majority of 1. Fabio gets that one, the astronomy one. And then nobody claims this one, so it goes and joins the overflow there to be taken. And then it's over to you, Joe.
Okie dokie. I want to bring this theology student up. Increases my favor. Brings across one of these. I have 4. I'm going to go and put this in here, which costs me a salt. Costs me a law book, and then that means I've done this card. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, have one of each. Very nice. And then what's the actual ability on it?
So once per round, I can trade in salt for astronomy prestige tokens.
Oh, that's quite, yeah, potentially.
And so
good.
this one here isn't, I don't take one, this is just counts as one.
Yeah,
it
which
counts
is
as
even
one.
better because it doesn't take up your space, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. So that was my first action. And my second action will be to...
And those actions, they count as bonus actions if he does it,
Yeah.
or as a...
They do not take, they don't take one.
Oh, yeah, it's written on the player, actually. Yeah.
And he should have been there from last time. That's my fault. And he should now go there. And second action, I'll go... I guess we'll do this whole help a friend thing.
Yep, supported one. So
the first thing I do is get the resource.
Oh, which is the last maths book. Actually.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I should have taken that book. Okay.
and I also get a salt.
Yep.
Yep.
And then what's this symbol here?
We'll give a
That's-
+1.
Power.
Plus
Yeah,
the
knowledge.
one.
Oh, so that's actually 2.
8.
No.
You could go to an 8. You can take either this one or this one, or anything else.
Yeah, basically you can go anywhere except the 9 or the special spot. So
Yes.
take your pick.
I guess we'll go to the 8 here, which gets me 1, 2, 3, 4 gold.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be discarding some of that.
And you're going to get a favor.
Yep.
It's no point. I'll discard it anyway. So
This.
Yeah.
No, sorry, not this one.
It was this one. Yeah, that
Yeah,
I
it's
flipped.
that. Yep.
And
so I got a favor.
And I added your favor.
What do you
already
want
on
with your favor?
Oh my gosh, so much to choose from. Which one's this one again?
Let's just take a
just
class.
Oh,
You
I'll
don't
probably-
you don't give up a book for it. You just
I think I might do that. That sounds like a good idea.
Mhm.
Since we've got a law student waiting to advance in his studies,
Oh, yeah.
it seems like a good idea. I'm going to do this one.
So slap it down there. Nice.
Okay, I saw something interesting.
Okay, that's me done. And then he moves
Okay.
on.
Great. I guess we started with me. So what I suggest is that we do a last round around the table.
Okay.
And see how it goes. So I'm going to do
okay.
something that is suboptimal, but I think there is one mechanic that we haven't showed yet.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna
Yeah.
do it
You're
anyway.
gonna show it.
Yeah. So
Good.
I'm going to do. I'm going to take an advanced class.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I was ready there.
But there is a good news. I'm doing this. So
Why that?
So that's what I do.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. And the second thing that I'm going to do is something that we haven't done yet. I'm going to graduate
Great.
a student.
Yep.
And I'm going to take this student here that is on, and we can see that there is a symbol next to it
No,
saying that he's on.
Graduate this one.
Yeah.
I don't want to graduate this one.
Take an inspiration
Next
to
turn, they're gonna do
creative
that.
work.
Yeah. So I will do. So I would remove them.
Yep.
I guess I place them off board.
No. So
Or-
you take
no.
the
You
so
take
if you
the
leave
tile.
them where they are.
This
yeah,
is
you
our
first-
level. Keep it where you are. Okay.
It's a level 2. Yeah.
Yep.
So you
So you
take,
take
Oh,
the
yeah,
turban,
sure.
here. You put this here.
I take the turban
then
level 2 that
put
I
it on
place
the
on
top.
top, and then I place.
and then the
Oh yeah.
student can
Okay.
go and sit there wearing their turban. Yeah.
This is worth 2 points, two stars.
And so that's 2 points that
Currently
are
worth
just
0 points.
that are. But those
Currently
ones they
worth
were
0. But you have to put a logbook.
Yeah.
Which
order
you
to
want
do that.
put here to make it.
So you could
worthwhile.
put a logbook in and fight for the majority.
Yes.
So at least it's got second place now, actually. So that's
Could have put it here, so you
You
could
might
actually
even-
try and get a first place here.
no,
Yeah.
because he wants maths to.
They're
Yeah.
both second place. But here it's second place for math as well.
Yeah.
While here we're
Uh,
not taking points from
The
any.
question that I'm
Okay.
asking, that I'm wondering, is that those 2 stars, they are just 2 points
It's worth
straight.
2
They are
stars,
not.
2 prestige. It's 2 prestige.
So it's 2 prestige for orange.
Correct.
So I should see them as orange stars. In a
Yes.
way.
Yeah, they are.
So the fact that
Yes.
they're golden doesn't mean that they
On
are
the
wild.
turban, yeah.
No,
yeah.
where they're golden. No, it's the
Because
Yeah,
all
the
of them
tile
have the
itself.
same
color of the
color.
tile. It might-
Yeah.
Yeah. But because all of the stars are the same, but the
Yeah,
color of the
I guess
dice
it's
are-
indicated here, Fred.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was ready to do something great.
Sorry.
I'll do it anyway. Okay, so I'll take this math student here, which give me a favor. I take the favor. I didn't move very far, so I'm getting assault. That's kind of a hard one. But, I have a class here, so I teach a math class, a theology class. I have 2 plus 2, 4, plus 4, 8. There are 2 students. I have the result. So I can do a supported
Yeah,
class.
he's going to do the thing that I was going to do. But I
And
was
I
going to do
put
it in 2 turns.
this one, where is it? Here.
Oh, not where I was going to go. Okay.
Because this one let me send a math student, which I just took
Yep.
here, and
Yep,
again
very
all the
nice.
stars. I get 3 math stars, which currently are not
Yep.
that bad. Given that
So,
this is the last round.
Just to talk through these
Yes. Yeah.
supported class spaces in theology, for each one, there's an option to send one of your students to go and actually get a job in the madrasa here, which is a very prestigious role to have. So there he sent the maths one because that's that spot. And when you place it, you then get to take a physical token for all of the visible matching stars. So the moment it's 3. So you leave it too late, there might be lots of stars to get, but they might not exist in the supply anymore because remember this is limited. But you do it too early, you're not getting as many. So it can be very powerful,
I
especially in
could
the
have
way
sent a raw student,
Fabio's
but
just done it.
currently math is worth more.
Now you lose a student from your university,
Yes.
so that was also why it was good that he took someone out that was not very advanced in their studies, so it's not blocking
Yeah.
away. But also you can actually send an alumni there. So if
somebody
Fred
already
did this in the
left.
future, he could take
Yeah,
this
you could
student
take,
and send that there.
get the stars.
And you keep the turban showing that that was, a
Yeah.
graduate of your university, which is even better.
Yeah.
I feel bad for this guy who's just gone to study maths and suddenly been chucked into a
Yes,
theological role.
lost in it. Yeah,
Good luck, mate.
he'll figure it out on the job.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that you done, Fabio? Is that?
I know, because there's this as well.
Oh yeah.
Actually, there were some connection between theology
So it might
and,
actually end
and mathematics.
next round.
Because
so it's,
there was this
true.
this whole idea of, like, especially in Islam theology, you had a lot of numerology that was linked to it, with the magic squares and
Exactly.
like all of those stuff.
Yeah, yep.
So it does make
Exactly.
sense that you have someone in math working
And actually, we, when we were developing the game, we were working on it. This was called Islam or Islamic Studies. But one of the things that our cultural consultant pointed out is that all of these are Islamic studies because maths is treated as an Islamic study. They would view it as part of that integration, and therefore it was not representative.
And it's the same for law, actually.
For all of these, it would be because the reading of the stars and the celestial
we
bodies.
might actually end the game because we are like 4 tiles away, and
Yeah.
There are lots of
Okay.
dice to-
So that's me now. Is
Yeah.
that right? Yep. So I
Mandela, can
go-
you trigger the end of the game?
Let's see, can we end it right now? I don't think I could do that in this turn, especially because I've got a 12-turn plan, you know, when it's all going to come together, and that's when I'm going to
Yeah, I was
turn
wondering really to get
turn the
those
play
five
around.
pen
Right.
to books already here.
So I did this astronomy. It's only at 5, which is a bit disappointing, actually, and I've got none in astronomy. I do actually want to go through here, and that requires 6. So what I'm going to do is a little cheeky takey backsy there, and I'm going to enroll this student first.
Yes.
Which is
Yes.
going to help me, because then when I go through here, I'll have majority before someone else steals that, and that's the best I can expect, I think, from theology. So first theology action, I've already taken my bump. I've got 6 knowledge now, so I can go 2, 4, 6. See the requirements along the path. That means I pass through here, which is great for me because I add this to the madrasa and I get an inspiration token, which I've now got 2 of. I'm actually going to spend one very shortly. I place.
Yeah, just maybe just a question here. I haven't noticed, but I'm not sure if that was the case. But if it is, it was a mistake. You're not supposed to take twice the same main action. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think he did.
I don't think anyone has, have they?
Yeah, but
Maybe
no,
I did.
Yeah, someone thought that maybe Joe.
Maybe I did. In fairness,
did teach a class twice. I'm not sure he did, but if it was the case, it was a mistake.
Need to review the footage later and then see.
VAR.
Okay, so I go there. I go.
Because you're last. Yes.
I get the salt there, which is nice. I've enrolled that student. I needed that salt. That has triggered the scoring for this. But actually, before my turn is over, I'm going to use this ability just in case. So I'm going to spend one of my because I can only do it once per turn. So I'll spend an inspiration, and that gets me a law prestige there, just so I have a token. Okay, so now we go on to the book scoring for this. So that goes over to the corresponding overspill area, and then we're allocating these. So Fred's getting that. Oh, Fred's getting this on the tiebreaker. I am getting this one. Oh, and it's the maths book. How convenient. And then you're getting that one. Okay, and then play continues, and it's over to Joe.
Okay, I will. I guess do this, but how does the moving the people actually work?
Yeah, so you just can slide them along anywhere on that.
Yeah, anywhere on the same line.
So you can spend an inspiration
maybe. Yeah, so if he starts there, I spent an inspiration.
Yeah.
Could that be to move this guy here?
You can. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, make it support.
And then do this action.
You could also move this guy up if you want.
Yeah, you could slide someone up and into the class if you wanted. It's your call.
I think this is my last turn.
But he couldn't have. He couldn't have because this one was here. So if this one moved up, it would be only open.
Yeah. So what you can. Yeah.
Okay, so this is fine, but I'm going to do this action now.
Okay.
And then that means that first I get the gold.
Yep.
Not that will matter. But then I do like a joint action, and I have like a billion law.
You have +3, so that's 10.
Knowledge and laws.
Actually, 10 and 3, 13. Yeah.
Yep, and you've definitely got the books to spend. You're pretty rich on that.
And then we go. I mean, like the astrology one's going to be worth more, right?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
It's quite nice. And I mean, the bonuses up there are excellent as well, and it gets you an inspiration token, so it seems like a pretty strong play.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't so close to so many of my cards. So, go here, I guess.
Yes, and that gives you inspiration generating token, which is pretty good. I'll just add that in for you.
Plus inspiration on the way.
Then this goes here.
Maths.
Yep.
Oh. And yes, the other star.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up in there?
Yeah.
You should try and get the second place. Nobody's getting the second place.
And then I've got the inspiration, and I've got that.
we told you out your stuff.
Everything's good. And then he moves on to here.
Yep.
And then second action,
Mhm.
graduate student, I guess.
You could
Yes.
do, yeah.
You just spent
Graduate.
your orange book. You should have spent a different color before.
Well, yeah, he could spend the inspiration he's just got if he really wants to get an orange book, but
Oh, that would be terrible.
yes, because it would let you put another orange in and
Yeah,
swing the
I think
majority.
that's actually worth it. Yeah,
I think
you
it
should.
is.
Yeah, spend
Oh,
the
you know what I
inspiration, get
realised
an
before?
orange book,
It's worth
I
it
should
for how
have-
much
graduate.
it's not
I
upset.
should have meant to
Have you?
play this earlier when I did
Oh
this
yes. So
thing. That's the
now
whole
you
reason I
can,
did
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
that's
Yes,
fine.
it's
We
okay.
believe you. The evidence is there. Yep.
And then not that just for this. if
Yeah.
anything.
yes.
And then I guess I'll graduate this math student.
Oh,
You should
Graduate
do
him.
this.
Graduate him.
yeah, graduate.
You
Yeah,
have to
go on.
spend the
Well, but it was
inspiration.
more
Yeah,
actually. I
because
don't
it
know.
will let you.
Well, you
put
could just
the-
suspend. I know, yeah.
Well, by
Because it'll let you
graduating
put
this guy,
law
it makes
book
them
in
more
now
experienced and I'm
and make it
jealous.
really difficult for astronomy to win that back, which would be
So
pretty
I
nice.
guess turn that into a orange book.
Yep,
Graduate this guy. He's level 3, so I take this.
exactly. And then pop them on there.
He goes on yonder, and then this gets sent over here.
Yeah. Way.
You don't have to put it here. You can put it here, for example.
Yeah, that would be the same points.
Yeah, I knew I would, but
But
no.
yes, you have
Come on.
You have two.
How many astronomy stars do you have?
You could also buy one per two.
You just got a little math star there. Let's keep the dream alive.
So we can do one more round. It's a
Yeah, let's do one more round, and I
Okay.
think it would be the end of the game. Good.
Okay,
Let's
go.
go for it.
on.
Fair enough. Okay, what am I thinking? This I won't be able to do. That's a bit sad. Oh, this is a bit sad. What can I do? I think I need a low point, but can I get? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, I can.
You have one aspiration.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hire. I'm gonna hire this guy. Here, and then I'm gonna teach low.
But you need the supporter class to go up here if you want to go up here.
No, but I don't think I need to.
Okay.
I think I just need to go here, and I would be
I
happy.
think you didn't need the extra guy to. Because you also want to score. I see.
I want to trigger it, yeah, because then I get the stuff. This goes into this
You will
one,
go here, but after
which is good. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take. Which one do I want to take? I think I'm gonna take this one. So low. Actually, how much do I have? I have 10. Yeah, but yeah, that's because I don't have the supported class anyway. That doesn't change anything. So I'm going to take this one, and that means that I'm going to take this remove from here, and I should have actually earned the book from this.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yes.
So I'm going to take one
Which
of those.
Must be anyone.
I'm going to take one of those low
Why
books.
not theology? Not single theology book has been spent.
No, we don't care about theology here. Oh, and I
Yeah,
should have moved on the right here. So that's what I've done. So I enrolled a student, taught a class, and now that this has been resolved, we're going to resolve the majority. So I'm going to get this and that.
Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. Yep, and then Joe gets the other two.
Which one's sorry? Pardon me.
This one and
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
so true. I totally meant that.
Yeah, which is why it's
Oh.
good that you locked in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so is my go?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not teaching a class this turn, given the situation.
Okay.
So I'm
Controversial.
buying one class, which is
Yeah.
an astronomy. I
Uh-huh.
take this one here. I spend an inspiration to move this up. And then I spend another book.
Oh,
Come on.
oh, spicy. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't teach class.
That does
but,
make sense. That does make sense. It's
Uh,
annoying.
well, you can still get to. You have plenty of orange books. So I don't know.
Well, exactly, and that's what I was gonna fight for. So I'm gonna try the thing, a change of my initial plan.
Nobody's caring about second place on this.
If the
That's
game
very
is
odd.
gonna last longer, I would try and get this skill token just generates astronomy stars for you. So that would be great. That's what I was gonna chase. But
Yes.
because there's not much time left on the game, I should try and get things done now. So I'm gonna teach this maths student. Yeah, I'll do the class first, and then I'll figure out what else I want to do. So that generates me 1 salt because the skill tile here. So I get salt.
Oh, Joe, this is supposed to be out.
Then I also have extra power. That's fine. I have. I'm doing a supported class, so I can go on to any of the things, and we're looking at 6, 9, 11 knowledge. So I can go wherever I please. So maybe it makes sense to go to a new wall. That is looking at lots of stars, but lots I'm already kind of winning. I can't steal majority from Fabio here, though, not with 1 placement, and I might not get another. So I think the thing is, it maybe makes sense to keep looking at law stars. I don't know, though. I'd really like that. No, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to go here because I can trade in the inspiration I gained for a law star.
A theology book just to make this 2-star worth something. Just put a book here.
That's true, but of course what I'm going to do is one of the books I'm spending is a law there so that we can keep our hope alive. And then, should I? Now, this is the tough one. How much time opportunity do we have to turn the tides here? Because that would be big. Go on. Go on. You can dream, huh? I can dream. And actually, I've still got an action to do. So,
can you do anything that would trigger the end of the game so we can actually wrap up? Do you think there is something?
We can finish on thing.
Yeah,
I could take a token.
Yeah,
but I couldn't do both.
You still could give you a math star.
I know. I could do that if we're gonna. Who is start player again? Fred.
I'm the start player. So if you can take 1 token and then we can make Joe take a token, so at least we can show the scoring at the end.
Okay,
yeah.
I'll do that then. Boo. Because otherwise I was gonna graduate for that. Okay. Cool. So that gets me.
This one goes here. You get
what I can offer you, Mandela, as a trade-off is when you come to London, we'll play a full game, an actual game that is not recorded. We can just play for fun. I would very much enjoy that.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Well, I need to play your games, Fred. I see that Robin Hood is on the way.
Yes, it's on the way. So depending on when you come, I will also have this. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't do it. He'll never let you leave.
Okay, let's
do. Okay, it's my go.
Joe, you need to keep in mind that you need to trigger the end game, so you need to place a tile here. So do anything that will place a tile
this
here.
one, you place the last tile. If you
true.
Or you could also, that's pretty much the simplest way.
I trade my thing in to get a.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll do that.
That gives you 1 of the stars. So now you have an interest in actually making astronomy worse.
So that puts this here.
Yeah.
And gets me an astronomy star.
Yes, I just give it to you.
Oh, you gave it to me already.
Okay, just
I'm going to prefer the one I touched. Thank you.
Yes.
No, I'm joking. And then for my final action, I shall.
If you
want to do this,
to get another source, you can get another astronomy star.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and that's gonna gives me a gold, whereas I'm maxed out on gold.
Yeah, I don't think that's super useful at this point.
Well, I've got a card in my hand.
Okay. Let's see, you can try and get a star because now everything will score. So everything that's claimed, you can try and claim it.
Yeah. I was going to play a card which has a star on it, because doing that lets me do
this, you can.
Which lets me come and do. Doesn't really matter which one, to be honest. I guess
You need two in the same, two with the same number, or what's your purpose?
Yeah, two in the same. So let's just say
Okay,
it was
so
like this one. Pay a gold. And play this.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
Does that move me twice up on the favor thing?
You know, only when you get the tile that let you move.
Ah, that's
twice.
right.
Yeah.
Correct. It's not like it's going to matter, but
Doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. That's the end.
So now we go back
you
to
finish
the-
out the round, and since Fred was start player, then
So that's the end of the
game
round.
done because we've put the final tile.
Now we assign all the stars that haven't been claimed. So this one goes to red. In the end, everybody's getting a strong star. So
And I
this
get this one from here. I'm just going to grab it.
I'm getting this one.
Okay,
And
let's go over
then
to
here,
theology next.
I'm getting. Oh, these are worth 0.
Yeah, these are.
We can leave
wastes.
them there, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because nobody's.
This one, I'm getting this. Okay, that's works.
I mean,
Okay, I'm getting this one, and annoyingly, Joe's getting that one.
might it matter if I was to take one of these theology ones that would, if you do it in a certain order, like what clamps up your?
No, because you can basically jetson what you want. So this end game scoring also happens
It's not
at the
in an
same
order.
time,
Okay,
and then you can let go of what you want. Yeah,
That's
because you
what I
could just calculate it in advance otherwise and just say, "Oh, we'll get rid of that now."
So
Yeah.
that's
Everything that is on top here is not assigned.
Yeah,
No,
because nobody
that's
gives
it.
those.
That's
And
it.
now
We've already
we
scored out
assign these
here.
tokens here. So this one goes to white. Oh wow, I got it.
Yep, gets both of those.
This is
Frustratingly,
and then
you also get that law one.
these ones are all yours, 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
I'm getting this because this is going to be
These
this.
worthless theology ones, though.
Then
Look at the blue.
And
this orange or blue.
Wait. Yeah. He's got. He's got them.
You get them,
Yep.
This one is yellow.
Yeah.
Nobody claimed this. How did it flip?
This
No, this
is
is the one we just
It's
added.
a double.
Yeah.
Double.
Okay, so at this point, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 5. So this is first place. So 2 points for astronomy, 1 for law. Then 3 and 3, the 2 points for astronomy, and 1 for math. And here 2 for math. Yeah, you have one theology class here would have been 1 point for theology. Anyway, so it's 3, 4, and 1. Okay, so now maybe some pen and paper would be helpful.
So I think we can do it one by one. So I get 4, 8,
Okay.
12, 16.
So 16 what?
are
We're looking at
16
how
for
many,
16
how
for blue.
many blue stars do you have? You have 4.
So 4 times 4, 16.
Okay.
And then for orange or worse 3, right?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, and
2.
have 2 and 2. So that's 4 also. So that's going to be 12. So that's 28 points.
And you have the 0 math. Okay, so 28.
Yeah, 28 points. And
So
then we
Joe,
can go to
what do you
you.
have?
Oh yeah, let's
I've
go to
got
Joe.
8 for blue stars because I've got 2 blue stars,
So
and
8.
then I've
No,
got
wait,
1,
there's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
9.
8,
So that's
9. Yep, 9 times 3
So
is 27.
27.
Okay.
No,
And
plus
then
8, 35.
math,
And this
you
one is
have,
worth 1.
2.
I've got 2 of them, so that's an
So
extra 2
37.
points.
37 points.
37.
So Mandela.
Oh, I don't think it's as good as that because I wasn't on my last play. Okay.
So
well-
so start
So this-
astronomy.
Yeah. Astronomy, I just have 1 star only.
That's
So
4
that's
points.
4.
Then math. No,
Cat science
second,
set.
yeah.
With
Math
7
is
points
3.
in math.
Wait,
Yeah, I've
what
got
did you
7
do here?
stars. Maths are worth.
We discounted
math is-
it.
Yeah.
You have
I should have
9,
more actually.
and 6. So these are worth 1 each, low star. So it's 9 times 1, 9. For Joe.
Yeah.
So it's 8 plus 9 plus 3. No,
Oh,
plus
yeah,
2,
sorry.
plus
Yes,
6.
yes. That's sorry. I got it the wrong
So
way around.
that's 15 plus 8, 23 actually.
Yes,
So
that did seem
Yeah.
a bit high.
exactly. We kind
Maths
of
are worth 3, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How
Yeah,
much
so that's
math do you
worth.
have?
Yeah.
So I've got 7. So 7 times 3, I've got 21 off the
21.
maths.
And then law is worth 1. You have
I've got
only 1.
3.
Yeah.
What's that 2? What are your law stars?
Law
yeah,
1, 2, 3.
Okay. So that's 28.
Okay.
So 28, 28, 28.
This,
It is. So
18.
now I have.
Oh, but I was
1,
wrong for mine. So
2
actually, low
plus
is
4,
worth 1. I have only 18.
6,
Oh.
7, 8. I have 8
Mm.
astronomy, so that's 32 already. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
But Fabio won. But then again,
5, 6.
Yeah.
Some say he
He
did
was
design the game.
18.
yeah, 1, he designed the game, and 2, he
Then
didn't
this works
play to
here.
teach. He played
So
to
I got
win,
50.
which makes him
Okay.
an awful,
Well, I
an
mean, it
awful
was
person.
a suffered victory. I really
Yeah,
proud
for
of
sure.
him.
Well,
Okay.
look, if I'd been allowed that play, I was going to sink astronomy. Damn, that would have been huge.
Yeah, that
Bringing
would
Well,
have
I
been
would have
awesome.
got like maybe 20 points less, 16 points less. Still would have been
Yeah.
enough.
Well, I also would have got
And there is
graduation at. Oh well, no, not at that level.
Yeah.
Okay.
and it just maybe a comment in
Oh
the
no, I
chat,
would have
but I
stuck
think it was
astronomy here. Yeah, so
I
sorry, I
think
would
it
have got
was
level
raised
3.
on. I think it was
Yeah.
raised on BGG, but there is someone who's so Java Slinger is mentioning that there is a couple of bugs in the TTS mod.
Yes, and then
Um,
I don't know. It's,
But yeah,
I need to figure out. Like I haven't touched it in months, so I don't remember anything with it.
no worries.
So what were
For-
the end scores then? Scores on the doors in total then? What was I was on 23.
So and so it was.
Yeah,
So
18
I
for
won
Fred,
with
I think.
50. Then 28 bought Mandela and Fred. They tied at 28 and 23.
No, actually, I had 18. Mine was wrong. So
Why-
it was
Because he was
because-
over counting
because we
law.
called it
Yeah,
3.
I
Okay,
was-
no, that was
Yeah.
16 plus.
So 18 for Fred, 23 for me.
20. Wait,
Yeah.
Mhm. I think that's the important takeaway you're trying to get at.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what
4.
he's. Yeah. And the time is up, but it was great for to have all 3 of you for
20.
this teach and play. Thanks again for taking the time and doing all this. I hope that the people enjoyed it and so with the flow of the game and how fast it can resolve in the end. And Mandela, happy to have another game just for fun in the future when you come back.
Yeah.
But thanks again for taking the time both
Thank you.
times to talk about this super exciting game. I'm looking forward to playing it again. And thanks for everyone who joined us. So have a great evening and speak to everyone soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having us on. It's good fun.
Bye.
Bye.